This is the smallest CO2 pistol built by Canadian engineers from Alias Airguns and offered exclusively in the US under our Hawki brand. And at first glance, it raises way more questions than any other airgun. I mean, it doesn't really look like anything else I've shot. And the thing is, it doesn't even seem like it's trying to. And honestly, I think that's why we kinda hooked on it. The shape, the look, how it feels in your hand, how it operates, it's just not something we used to. And then you realize this thing can shoot pretty much anything that feeds down the barrel. Like BBs, airsoft, arrows, rubber, steel, paint, pepper balls, all packed into this little frame. So I've spent some time with it, ran all kinds of ammo, tried different targets and setups. I really wanted to see what it's actually good for, who's gonna enjoy it, what's cool and what's weird. And some people have been reaching out, asking questions, so I figured I'd just walk you through how it works and how to get the most out of it. And you can only get it through us here at Sports and Gadgets. So everything I'm showing in the video, the gun, the ammo, all the accessories, it's all linked down in the video description. Well, let's dive in. I'm Phil and welcome back to Sports and Gadgets. And the first thing that hits you, it's just how tiny it is. We're talking around 3.5 inches long. That makes it one of the smallest, most compact CO2 pistols out there. The design isn't trying to mimic any specific firearm. It's doing its own thing, and this is what really makes it stand out to me. What makes it so unique? It's a legged piece of real engineering, built by people who clearly wanted to create something different. So this right here is the 177 caliber steel BB barrel, and that's the base setup you get right out of the box with the Gem. Well, here is what we've got from the steel BB accuracy test at about 10 yards. The group's got a bit of spread to it, but honestly, that's pretty much what I'd expect for a small CO2 single shot like this. Still, most of the shots are landing right in that central ring, with a few drifting out to the outer circles. Every tiny movement in your hand really shows up downrange. It actually feels like you're genuinely involved with every shot, working it, finding that sweet spot, and when you finally hit that center, it feels great. So a spread like this at 10 yards, I'd say it's pretty good. What do you guys think? And you know, the whole design reminds me of that 1960s space race vibe. Not military, but just pure mechanics. I really like these vent cuts. They give it that kind of industrial look, something tactical, basically turning it into this little CO2 badass. This thing's built like a tank. The entire frame is solid aluminum, none of that cheap cast metal or plastic stuff. It's anodized and milled, so the finish holds up well and doesn't scratch off easily like cheaper coatings. It's real metal, giving it that solid feel and nice satisfying weight in your hand. The grips have a deep texture, and as a cherry on top, they are decorated with embedded gemstones. For those who care about aesthetics, it's definitely an eye-catcher. And if you're after an even more brutal look, you'll definitely want to throw on this golden muzzle piece. You gotta grab it separately. It's got that heavy-duty vibe, makes the whole thing look like some sci-fi blaster. Though it's purely cosmetic, doesn't really change how the BBs fly, but visually it adds that extra punch, makes the gun feel more solid in your hand, and that little extra weight up front helps balance it out when you're aiming. There is one thing to keep in mind. This is a true single shot. I mean, you load just one BB for every shot you take. When we first started using it, it felt a little unusual. But after a couple rounds, we stopped even noticing you're just having fun with it. That rhythm of loading, aiming, and hitting the target grows on you real quick. Now, when I switched over to some actual targets like these soda cans from basically the same distance, I didn't miss a single shot. Every BB went right where I aimed. And this little pistol's got plenty of punch. It easily puts holes straight through those aluminum soda cans. No trouble at all. Just don't think of it as tactical gear or anything like that. This pistol is pure plinking fun. It's a fantastic choice for backyard shooters, collectors, airgun fans, or even as a gift. I got one for my wife, and no joke, she absolutely loves it, especially the arrow set. And for me, that's hands down the coolest part of the pistol. If you want something with more punch than just BBs, I seriously recommend grabbing the harpoon barrel set along with the pistol. So you get a full kit here, an aluminum barrel shroud, and 4 specialized arrows with carbon shafts and sharp aluminum tips. Well, this set is an absolute blast. It's basically a legged little harpoon launcher, so you gotta be careful with it. Check out how it punches right through this solid pumpkin. The arrows slice through the skin and practically split it open. Some of them went almost all the way through, pulling fibers apart. Not just surface scratches, it's doing real damage. You can feel how the metal tip digs in and forces the material apart. Every shot sticks hard. You see those breaks around the entry holes, like what you get from a light crossbow shot. When you hit a soda can, the arrow punches in and completely rips it open. You see the aluminum tear down almost the entire length of the can. Very satisfying hit. To give you another example, this foam block is about 2 inches thick. It's a good way to see how stable the arrow flies, hitting straight and maintaining its energy all the way to impact. And check this out, I had one shot to go a bit off, and the arrow ended up buried in this log at a distance of about 20 yards. And yes, it's not like solid hardwood or anything, more like an old fibers log, but still seeing the arrow punch clean into it from that distance, pretty satisfying. What do you guys think? Out of the box, the Gem uses 8-gram CO2 cartridges. Now, it's totally up to you, but I highly recommend grabbing the extended cap for standard 12-gram CO2. Links in the description. If you've got smaller hands, like my wife, you might prefer the slimmer grip with the 8-gram. It's actually nice to have that option, but obviously the 12-gram feels much better. It's just perfect, all fingers sit comfortably, and it feels a lot more solid overall. Plus, you'll get more power and shots per cartridge, especially when you're using arrows or heavier 50 caliber rounds. So do yourself a favor and get that 12-gram cap. There is also a 50 caliber barrel available for the Gem. It also doesn't come included, you gotta grab it separately. So I've run a bunch of different ammo through it, like rubber, plastic, paintballs, even steel balls. You can also shoot powder and pepper balls. Basically, if it's 50 caliber and fits the barrel, you can shoot it. Here I took some rubber ball shots at these clay targets around 6 yards away. Got some solid smacks that shotted them completely. With the short barrel, shots may drift a bit at that distance, so you do need to aim it properly. Makes it even more fun, honestly. Every hit feels like you did it, not the gun. And the impact is real, even from this tiny CO2 shooter. Here is me firing steel balls into soda cans. The impact hits hard, splits the aluminum open and sprays soda everywhere. Simple shot, but feels awesome seeing that hit land. And here I'm sending paintballs at these metal pedals. Well, when you hit them, they burst exactly like you'd expect. Paint splashes everywhere, nice and messy. Very satisfying hits, no surprises. They do exactly what they're supposed to. Now, some owners have asked us about CO2 leaks. And yes, I had that happen at first. The pistol started hissing and dumping air non-stop, but I quickly figured it out and fixed it. In the box, you get a set of O-rings and seals, so you're supposed to use them. Well, first, make sure there is an O-ring sitting inside the cap that holds the cartridge in place. Just place it at the bottom of the cap. That's step 1. Second, there is this small white gasket. Place it right where the CO2 cartridge gets pierced, so when you tighten it down, the piercing pin seals properly. Once I did that, problem solved forever. I had no more leaks at all. Tight seal, full power and steady shots. And speaking of steady shots, I also ran it through a chrono to check velocity with the 12-gram CO2. I'm not gonna bore you with all the numbers, you can see them on screen. But what stood out was consistency. Speeds held steady just between 240 and 254 feet per second, and it never dropped below 240 FPS. When you first pick up the Alias Gem, swapping barrels might seem tricky, so here is an easy breakdown for you guys. Step 1. Flip the safety off, then you gotta take off the BB barrel shroud. There is a tiny screw underneath the barrel at the front. Use the included hex key to back that screw out. You'll get all the tools you need right in the box. Once that's out, slide the BB barrel shroud off and pay attention here. There is a small tension spring right at the connection. Carefully take it off and set it somewhere safe. It's really tiny and very easy to lose. Now, the harpoon and 50 caliber barrels each come in two parts: an outer shell that locks into the gun and an inner barrel that actually does the shooting. With the harpoon barrel set, you can screw the inner barrel into the shell first, or you can mount the shell into the frame and then drop the barrel in. Both ways work fine, but for the 50 caliber, mount the outer shell first, then slide the inner barrel in afterward. Then make sure you replace that little tension spring. It fits into the notch on the new shroud. Sharp ends facing into the barrel. Exactly the same as on the BB barrel shroud. You need this spring to seat it correctly. Without it, the barrel won't lock properly. Then slide the new barrel onto the frame and reinstall the screw. Tighten it down, but don't go crazy, you don't want to wreck the threads. And once done, slide the inner barrel in and lock it down. After you've done it once, then it's super easy. You'll be swapping barrels like a pro. You also get a 6mm airsoft barrel included in the kit, so you can swap it in if you want to shoot airsoft plastic BBs. Well, first thing, flip the safety off. That unlocks the barrel shroud. Then unscrew the rear cap where you load your BBs. Then go ahead and slide off the entire shroud just to make it easier to handle. Well, next pull out the 177 steel BB barrel, unscrew the front cap, and then drop in the airsoft barrel, the one with the orange tip. Once that's in place, slide the barrel shroud back on the platform, screw the rear cap back in, and you're good to go for airsoft. And I've got a pretty clear idea of who this pistol is really for. It's for anyone who just enjoys having some honest fun. Simple, straightforward fun. I had a great time using it, and I'll definitely keep shooting it. It's quiet, and it doesn't need a big range. Your backyard or even the basement is enough. If you've got a safe few yards, that's all you need. And if you love air guns like I do, this one's a must for the collection. It's kinda unique. It's not like anything else out there. And honestly, if it wasn't as fun as it is, we wouldn't even be talking about it right now. I also think it's a great entry piece for someone new to air guns who doesn't want to jump into anything serious and powerful. It's a solid way to get a feel for plinking without being intimidating. It also makes a great gift for anyone really. Like I said, my wife's just crazy about it. The aesthetics alone make it cool to own. But it's not just for show. It's a legged CO2 gun, surprisingly powerful for its size. Anyway, let us know what do you guys think. Drop your thoughts, ask away if you've got questions, and I hope this review was helpful. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next video.